right. Okay. Okay. Good. So, mhm. Okay. So, ladies, today we are going to speak about people who made a very big influence in our history. And that is a very good word for us, influence. And tell me, please, what does it mean, influence?
Влияние.
That's right. That's right. And we use the verb to make influence, right? Or as a verb to influence. Yeah. And now it's a very popular word, influencers. We all know this word. Yes. But we are going to speak a little bit about the people in history who influenced our times, maybe quite a lot as well. I'm going to show you a couple of pictures of influencers from the past, and I'd like you to look at them and tell me, do you know any of these people, and if yes, who do you know and what do you know about them? All right. Just a second. Okay, so do you see the pictures here?
Yes.
Yes. All right, Ekaterina, do you see the pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So please have a look at these photographs and tell me, do you know any of these people? And if yes, what do you know? What did they do? Anything about them? So, Ekaterina, you can pick any photograph and tell us who you know.
The picture A, it is Elvis Presley.
Exactly.
Musician who gave our world very beautiful songs.
Yes, he was worldwide famous, right? And these were so much charming songs. Yeah. All right. Good. Ola, anything else, by the way, or about Elvis Presley? Do you know anything else about him?
I know that he's a king of rock and roll.
Right, that's right. The king of rock and roll, yes. So if I'm not mistaken, he is actually the person who started this genre of music. Yeah. All right. So he's the founder of the rock and roll. Yeah. Okay. Ola, pick up anyone else?
I think the picture B, it's Mother Teresa.
Exactly. Yes. All right. What do you know about her?
She's a famous woman. She's famous who helped people. She was монахиня.
Okay, I'm not so sure that she was, probably. Okay, so
she was volunteer.
Volunteer, this is for sure. And what country was she from, or where did she work or help people? Ekaterina, do you know?
I don't know.
No, as far as I know, she was originally from Pakistan or something. I'm not sure. I will check it out. But most of her life, she worked in India. Yeah, and she worked a lot of people in India. Yeah. Yes, and she helped children mostly. Yeah, she was focused on children help and on women. Yeah, who are in need or who are in trouble. Yeah. Good. Okay. Ekaterina, anyone else?
I found that Mother Teresa was born in Osmanskaya
Empire, yes, Osman Empire.
And she got Nobelскую премию.
Nobel Prize, that's right, Nobel Prize.
Nobel
Prize, that's true. For peace, if I'm not mistaken, she got a Nobel Prize for peace. But yeah, Osman Empire was very, very big. If I'm not mistaken, she came from anything like Pakistan or I'm not so sure. I will also...
any city named Skopje.
Oh no. No, this is well, unfortunately, I don't know where it is
And
exactly.
then Calcutta in India.
Exactly. This is where she spent most of her life working. Yes, Calcutta in India. That is why many people think that she's Indian, but she's not. Yes, as she was just working there most of the time. Okay, Yekaterin, anyone else?
The picture F, Albert Einstein, of course,
Yes.
famous scientist
Mhm.
who did a lot of important открытий,
Inventions, yes.
inventions in physics
Uh-huh.
and maths and other exact точные науки.
Yeah, in science, actually, in science. That's right. Or something else about Albert Einstein. Yes, in English, he's pronounced Einstein. Right. Anything about him? No?
I know only that he was a great science, and he was a very smart man, and in life, because there are many words like aphorism about life from Albert Einstein.
That's right. Okay. So, well, anyone else from these pictures?
It's interesting picture C. I'm not sure, but maybe it's Maria Curie.
Yeah, exactly. This is Marie Curie. What do you know about her?
She was a
Scientist.
And her husband and she discover a radiation. Radium. And I know that I read about that he sorry she lived, то есть она долго жила.
She lived a lot longer
than her husband. And I read that she похоронена.
She was buried.
She was buried in a special sarcophag because her body radioactive.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about it actually. I just know that her husband died quite quick, right after the experiments.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe a year after or something. And right, where did she come from? What nationality was she?
I don't remember. I read about this not недавно, recently, but maybe from France.
She was Polish, right? But I think they lived in France most of their time. Yeah, her husband was French, and they lived in France most of the time. But she was originally Polish. Yeah. All right. Yeah, there is actually a good film also about Marie Curie. I've watched it once, but I don't remember many details as it was a long time ago. But still an interesting film.
Documentary.
Yeah, it's a kind of documentary film, a very nice one, well worth watching. Yekaterin, something else maybe you know about Marie Curie?
Marie Curie was the first woman who got the Nobel Prize.
Exactly, yes.
And she was the first woman who taught in the University Sorbonne.
Yes, that's right. She was the first and the only woman back then at the university. Yes, it is also a very interesting fact about her. Okay, Yekaterin, there are two more people. Do you have any ideas?
About the picture E.
Mhm.
I thought that it is Galilei or Copernic, but
Mhm.
I Googled and
Mhm.
photo
Uh-huh. The
these
photo is different.
were not the same.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Maybe it's Jeanne d'Arc.
No, also not. I will
Maybe
check out.
Alexander Makedonsky.
Also not. Okay, I will check out the name because it was a new person for me, and actually even forgotten the name. I will check it in a moment. Let's look at the picture D first, yes, and then we'll discuss E. So, do you have any idea about E? Oh, D, sorry.
Luther King.
Martin Luther King, right? What information do we know about him?
Oh, it's very famous person.
Mhm.
He was very intelligent.
Mhm.
I remember that he graduated school very fast, earlier than usual people,
Mhm. Mhm.
and um, mm, and studied at the university.
I guess so, right? What was his main field of activity? What was important
Uh,
that he did?
he fights for равенство.
We had it in last unit. Yes, he was fighting for equality, yes, and
Equality,
yeah,
yes.
for equality and for people's rights, yeah, for
Mhm.
equality and for people's rights, yes, and he was a very, very important, yeah, person in American history, yeah.
Yes, and
In
he was killed.
Yes, he was killed, exactly. That's right. If I'm not mistaken, he was shot. Yeah,
Mhm.
shot. Right. Ekaterina, something else about Martin Luther King?
He did some revolutions or
Mhm.
как там, забастовки. Причем это вроде когда-то
Riots, I'm not so sure. Protests, riots.
protests.
Riots, there is another word, yeah.
Riots.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
He got the Nobel Prize too
That's right.
for his fighting to equality,
Yeah.
and he was killed in Memphis, but not in Egypt. Memphis in USA.
In the USA, yes, because he was, yeah, actually from the USA. He lived there and he was working in the USA as well. All right, just a second, I will check picture E. Yes, who is that? Who is that nice person? Hold on a moment, picture E. Joan of Arc. Do you know who is that?
Joan of Arc.
I'll write it for you. Like that.
Oh, it's Jeanne d'Arc, no?
Joan of Dark. Yes.
Да, это Жанна Дарк.
Yes.
I was right.
Yes.
You are right.
The name looks a lot different. Yes, and she was the
French woman.
Okay, and she was the military. Oops. Militarily leader. Yeah. What else?
She was burned.
She was burned. That is true. That is true. Something more.
She was national hero of France.
Of France, that is right. What century did she live in?
15th.
15th, yes, right. 14th or 15th, somewhere there, 14th or 15th, yeah, right. Okay, so, and these are the huge influencers, yes, in the history. Yes, the huge influencers in the history. And today we are going to look a little bit more at influencers and what kind of field or what kind of jobs did they do, yes, and yeah, what were their jobs and what work did they do. First of all, let's look here. Yeah, and I'd like you to look at this so-called jobs. Yeah, they are not exactly jobs, but very similar. Okay, do you understand them all?
Yeah.
Yes.
Trade union leader.
So, Yekaterina, how would you understand? How would you explain trade union leader? Who is that?
Возглавлял какой-то торговый
Торговое, да,
сообщество.
общество. Exactly. Right. Okay, now let's look at the sentences and we will try to complete the sentences with the job, right? What was the person doing? For example, she was a famous someone. She designed lots of amazing buildings. Who was she?
Architect.
Architect. Yes.
Architect.
Yes, and here it is so important to notice the pronunciation, yes, because CH in here would be pronounced as K, architect. Architect, exactly, architect.
Architect.
Cool. Okay, now ladies, could you please look through all other sentences very quickly and check out what are the words? A moment more, ladies, or can we compare what we have? Yep.
Yes. What does it mean? Widely read.
Okay, let's get to the sentence and I will help you. Yes, right. So the first was architect. You didn't take the second one.
He was a very famous painter.
And till the end, his works.
His best works are in the National Gallery.
Okay, and you see works here is used as a noun, very common also, yes, just the same as in Russian. Ola, take the next one.
He was a famous military leader who led our army to victory in several important battles.
That's right. Okay, so Yekaterina, next one.
She was a famous philosopher or lawyer.
I would probably guess it is a lawyer. Ola, what do you think?
Maybe activist.
Activist makes also sense, yeah, because she fought hard for women rights. Activist sounds good, right? Yeah. Activist or lawyer depends. Yeah. Let's look forward. Yeah. So activist, either it is activist or a lawyer. Ol, what's next?
He was a famous trade union leader who fought all his life for the rights of workers.
Yeah, that's clear, right? Ekaterina, what's next?
She was a famous, как это читается?
Athlete.
Athlete.
Mhm.
She was a famous athlete. She won 3 gold medals at the Olympics.
Right, athlete, good one. All right. Ola, what about 7? What do you think?
She was
Mm-hmm.
maybe was a famous poet.
Poet, yes.
She's still very popular and very widely.
Read, yeah. Widely, that means many, many people read her. She is widely read. Yeah. Ну как, широко читаема. So wide, широкий, widely read. What is important here, it is read as a passive form. She is widely read. Как она широко читается, пассивный. Yeah. She is a poet. That's right. Ekaterina, 8, please.
She is a famous explorer. She was the first woman who sailed around the world on her own.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So explorer. Well, what's next?
He was a famous philosopher who wrote about power, freedom, and human rights.
That's a good one. Ekaterina, and this one, the last tense?
He was a famous union leader.
We had it.
Когда?
We've got either activist or a lawyer. Which suits better here?
Lawyer. To defend poor people for free.
Yes, that's right. He was a lawyer, and then in number 4 we would take the word activist, right? Okay. And here is a good word, defend. How do you understand, ladies? Who chose to defend? People? Защищать. That's right. Defend. Yes. Okay. Nice one. Nice one. Do you have any idea who is that? Who are these sentences about? Maybe any examples in the history of the people? Maybe 1 or 2.
Sentence the second, every painter.
Every painter, yes. So whose works are in National Gallery? Yes, in Britain.
In Britain.
Yeah, because National Gallery is in Britain. Yeah, so who was any famous?
Van Gogh, for example.
Yes, that's right. So he was that. Yeah, that's a good example, right? Or maybe something else, someone else, someone who is widely read.
Widely read. It's British, not?
No, anyone.
Poets, it's only lyrics or novels also?
Actually, it can be anyone, right? It can be anyone. Poet is someone who wrote, let's say, classical literature. Yeah, so someone who writes detectives, you can't say he or she is a poet. Yeah, but something, so some classics.
For British people, I think it's maybe Virginia Woolf.
Okay, that's good. How about
for French people, it's Françoise Sagan.
Yes, obviously.
For Russian, so we haven't got a lot of women writers.
Yes, we've got mostly men, who are writers. Good. Okay, someone else?
The sentence 9, for example, Karl Marx.
Yeah, that's good. Who wrote about power, freedom, and human rights. Nice one. Good, very nice examples. I'm going to send you some texts about 2 more big influencers or famous people in history. Each of you will get a separate file, okay? Please check it out in a second. One moment. Mhm. So it will take me a second. Ola, please check out your file in a moment. I think it is already there. And your file is there in a second as well. Okay. Please have a look if you can download it and if it is working well.
Oh,
So Ola has a file. Ekaterin, did you manage?
Just a second. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so it's working well. Good. So you ladies have different files and information about different people. Ola has got information about Rosa Parks. Ekaterin, have you ever heard about her?
Unfortunately, no.
That's even better because Ola will tell you about her. Yes, and she'll read and tell you about her. And Ekaterina has the information about Simon Bolivar. Ola, do you know anything?
No.
No, okay. Again, that is good. I mean, this is interesting, yes, to know new things. So, ladies, what I would like you to do, please read the files that you got. There are questions that you may focus on, right? Check out the information and in 5 or 7 minutes, be ready to tell your partner about these big influencers in history. If you struggle with some words or phrases, feel free to ask me. Yeah, I'll help you with them. So 5 or 7 minutes for you to prepare to tell your partner.
Thank you.
Carita, what does it mean, public anger?
Anger, I think it is anger. Could you please tell me what paragraph is it?
It's almost the end of article.
Okay, yeah, I see it. She caused a lot of public anger, yes?
Mhm.
Anger is from, it is a noun from the adjective angry. You know what is angry?
Mhm.
And this is a noun, anger,
Anger.
right? And she caused a lot of public anger that
Anger.
these people were very angry.
Mhm.
Yeah?
Mhm. Thank you. It's very interesting construction. She would be in pain.
Okay, we're going to look at this construction today. Yes, it is very interesting.
Very difficult.
It looks difficult, but in fact, it's just like in maths, you use the scheme, and then it's not too complicated. Yeah, it's okay, manageable. It is doable, right? So Hava is also here. Okay. Hava, hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi, hi. So, Hava, how are you?
I'm good, but we was, как сказать, мы задержались.
It took us longer, I would say, like that, yeah?
It took
Us. It took us.
It took us longer. We were attending doctor from doctor.
Okay, we had a doctor's appointment or appointment with a doctor.
Yeah, yes, we had an appointment with a doctor.
Well, of course, you never know, yeah, how long it would take, because some patients before me need a little longer time. Yes, okay. Good. So, Hava, we are speaking today about big influencers in history, or people who did something important. And ladies have just read the texts about some famous people in history, and they will tell us now about the people in history. You listen, right, and check out if you know these people or not. However, I'm going to send you these files now, right? And you probably will have a chance to look through very, very quickly. So there are two files. One was Olga's text and another was Ekaterina's text. Yeah, just maybe a minute, not more. Yeah, and we'll start now. Okay, so Ola, Ekaterina, just a minute to finish, right? To get ready. Okay, Ekaterina, do you need a second more? Is Ekaterina there? Okay.
Yes, 1 minute, please.
1 minute more. Okay, sure. Take your time. Okay, shall we start?
Yeah.
Yes. Right. So, Ola, you will start telling us about Rosa Parks, yeah? And Ekaterina, I'm going just to show her picture very quickly to you. Maybe you know actually, but just didn't recognize. So this is Rosa Parks, yeah? Who was, again, the civil rights activist, yeah, I would say. And Ola, will you tell us about her?
I have to tell about this person. Yes.
Tell us about
Rosa Parks lived in south of United States, and in 50s years, it was a difficult situation between south and north. Because not white people can't
in the past couldn't in the past couldn't
eating, walking anywhere they wanted.
Anywhere they wanted.
It wasn't allowed, and even children in the school, black, non-white, and white children studied separated in school.
Separately.
And in Montgomery State, Alabama, where Rosa Parks lived, was accident when she refused to wake up in the bus.
Stand up, yeah.
Stand up in the bus took her place for white men. The driver of this bus asked her about this, but she refused to do this. And she after this she was arrested. She was arrested, and it was a reason of public anger. I didn't. I don't write about this in this article, but I know that non-white people refused after this case accident. Not white people refused using public transport, and it was bad for transport companies, and that's why after this law in the States was changed.
This is true. This is true. And she continued working, yes, as an activist for fighting for the equality, actually, yes, for civil rights and for the rights for Black people. Yes. All right. So, Hava, Ekaterina, do you have any questions about Ola's retelling?
Rosa Parks lived in the 20th century, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, in the middle.
Yeah, 1950s or something.
And had she any special education?
Ola?
I don't know.
Me neither, actually. This was,
It's interesting question. I read that she used this bus like a worker. Maybe she worked at the factory.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Okay. Very interesting. Yes. And she's so much famous, and Black people appreciate her actions very much. Yes. What is important here? When this situation happened, we call it not accident, but incident. Because accident is, for example, two cars crashed, and this is an accident. Yeah. Or hopefully not, but airplane fell down. This is an accident. But a case, when something happened, it's called an incident. Yeah. Incident. Yeah. Or a case. Yeah. Incident. Like that. Yes. Incident. Good. All right. Then, Ekaterina, your turn. Yes, about Simon Bolivar. I'm going to, we don't have the photo, I guess. No, we don't. Yes. Right. Okay. So, Ekaterina, tell us, please, everything what you've read about the person. Yes, ladies, you may ask any questions. Yeah, if Ekaterina, will be able to answer, because there is not everything in the text, of course. Okay, go ahead.
My hero is Simon Bolivar. It is the military and political leader in South America, Latin American countries. And he is remembered today as the liberator because he managed to liberate or to made free for Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, and Bolivia. The country of Bolivia is named after him. The money in that country is called Bolivar, after him too.
Yes, that's good.
So Simon Bolivar managed to Latin American countries break free from the Spanish rule.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Okay, ladies, any questions you would like to ask about Bolivar?
In what century he lived in 20th or 9th?
He lived in the 19th century.
19th.
The 19th century, that's right. Okay, anything else? No, okay. Great big influencers, right? Later on, ladies, after the lesson, I will send this text to our Telegram chat. And if you are interested, you can read your partner's texts as well, right? And check out about both of these heroes. Yeah. Okay. And now let's go on. And I'm going to show you a couple of sentences taken from these two texts. Have a look. Right. So I've got here a sentence. Ola, could you please read it? No one
of his achievements would would have been possible if the French army hadn't entered Spain in 1808.
Yes, no, actually you would say in 1808 is okay, or 1808 is also
1800.
right.
Маргарита, а как no one читается вот первое слово?
None, sorry, here it is none. No one would be like that. Here is none. No one это вот так. Yeah, none. None of his achievements. Yeah. All right. The question here is it about present, past, or future?
Past.
Obviously past. Did the French army enter Spain?
No.
Have a look.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. They did enter. And did this make independence for Venezuela possible?
Yes.
Yes, it did, right? But we make imagination, right? We imagine the situation. If the French army hadn't entered Spain, it would be totally different, yes? And probably Venezuela would be still under Spanish control, yeah? Okay, let's look at the second one. Hava, could you read the second question, the second sentence, please?
If Rosa Parks had done as she was told, modern American history might have been very different.
Okay, then the question, did Rosa Parks do as she was told? Did she do as the people told her to do in the bus?
Yes, she did.
Did she stand up and leave the bus?
No.
Oh, she didn't. She didn't. She refused, right? And did American history, sorry, where we are? Yes. Did American history definitely change because of this?
Yes.
Yes, it did. Yes, her actions made the history change. Good. Ekaterina, and number 3, please.
If she'd been paying attention, she would never have got on that bus.
That's right. And did she get on the bus?
Yes.
Yeah.
She did. Was she paying attention at the time?
No.
No.
No, she didn't. All right, all right. So all of our sentences were about past, and all of them also had this favorite word of, yes, of our course, if. Yeah. Previously, we were speaking about situations for the future. If it rains, I'll stay at home. Then we were speaking about present situations, like if I were a president, I would change all the rules. And today we're speaking about the past. Yeah. If something hadn't happened, the life would have been different. Yeah. And this is so-called third conditional. Третий условный тип. Да? Третий. And it speaks about past. Okay, let's look at the very first sentence. We have the part if. Please look and tell me what verb form comes after if.
Past perfect.
Past perfect, hadn't entered. Yes, it can be past perfect, simple or continuous. Yeah. So after if we use past perfect, and the first part or another part of the sentence is it's crazy form. Yes, it is.
Would have been.
Yes, would have plus third form. Yes, it's not always been, but it is would have plus verb 3. Yeah, but people shorten it very often and they would say would have. Yeah. Let's check, is that all true? If in the second sentence. And after if, we have
Past perfect.
past perfect, had done. And the next sentence comes with
Might
Might
have.
have been.
been, the third form. We can use might instead of would if we are not so sure.
Mhm.
Okay, let's check the third sentence. After if, we have
Past perfect.
it is past perfect continuous, which is also possible. It is important to have past perfect. And the next part is would
Never have.
Never.
have, and the third form, right, of the verb. Wow. Looks interesting. In fact, ladies, no drama. That's not too complicated. Let's shorten it. So it's like maths. It's like mathematics, right? You need a formula, or it's like physics. You need a
I'm
formula.
very bad in mathematics.
Yes. But ladies as doctors should be good at physics and chemistry, right? I guess. Okay, so we have if part. After if, help me please, we have just discussed it.
Past perfect.
Past perfect, which is had, and the verb in third form, or past perfect. And the next part of a sentence is
Would.
Would
have, verb 3. That's it. Yeah. So it is doable, really. So if, moment.
И там третья форма.
Там и там третья, It is overloaded with third form. Yes. And remember, it speaks about past imaginary situation. Past imaginary, of course. Imaginary situation. Yeah. Okay. How do you say in English? Если бы она не отказалась вставать в автобусе, права черных бы не изменились. How do you say that?
If she had refused.
Если бы она не отказалась.
Ой.
Negative.
She hadn't.
Refused. Refused. Черные не получили права, давайте так. Черные люди не получили бы права.
Non-white people.
Didn't get, right? Didn't wouldn't have
got the rights. Yeah, the rights. Okay, so this is how it works.
Извините, тут запоздалое открытие. Черные люди произносятся как non-white people.
Polite way, yes, Ekaterina, polite way. Because in the USA, you wouldn't say black people, right? It would sound not too polite. You'd rather say non-white people or Afro-Americans.
It's very dangerous.
It might be dangerous. Yes, so non-white or Afro-Americans. Yes,
I know it, but the pronunciation non-white people I met for the first time.
Right. Yeah, well, that's interesting point here. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, in America, we need to be really careful, yes, with that. Okay. So hadn't refused and wouldn't have got. Here you are. Here you are. Yeah. As I told you, people do not really pronounce this part. Yeah. How would they say? How would they say it?
Wouldn't have.
That's right. Wouldn't have got. Yeah. So you would stress got a little more. Yeah. Wouldn't have got. And this part is pronounced as have. Yeah. You can even very often see that they write like that. Would, then would Where is apostrophe at my computer? Just a second. Wouldn't. Ну, в общем, с апострофом, yeah? Wouldn't have. Так вот, только тут должен быть апостроф. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Wouldn't have. Yeah. It is quite informal. So in documentation, you can't write it like that, or in some serious articles, but in some, I don't know, chats or whatever, people can often write like that. Yeah. So do not be surprised. Yeah. Okay. Shall we practice it? Shall we try it out?
Yeah.
Yes, let's give it a go. All right. And okay, I'd suggest starting with listening and checking out this pronunciation. Again, we need to look at how this form is shortened. And I'd like you to look at this one. Yeah, past perfect would be shortened to d very often. Okay. So please listen and notice how all the short forms are pronounced. Yeah. Okay.
I would.
I would.
If
no, sorry, Hava. Here it is. Have a look. If I had stayed.
If I had.
It is past perfect.
А как так сразу не понять, да?
Как сразу не понять, надо структуру знать. Да, здесь нужно прямо всю вот эту формулу знать. Okay, please listen and check.
Unit 10, Recording 1. 1.
If I'd stayed there, things might have been very different.
2.
I wouldn't have gone if she hadn't persuaded me to.
3.
It would never have happened if you'd been listening.
4.
If I hadn't been staying there, we'd never have met.
So, do you like it? How is it? Yeah. All the short forms, right? And people tend to use, of course, short forms. That is why when you don't know about it, you may think that, oh my God, not everything is pronounced, but these are just short forms. And what I recommend you doing is try using short forms yourselves. When you use short forms, it's easier to understand short forms, right? So if you use them yourself, you understand them a lot easier, okay? So let's give it a try. I'd like you to mute yourselves, listen, and repeat these sentences. Let's give it a try. So please mute yourselves, turn off your microphones, yeah, listen and repeat.
Unit 10, Recording 1. 1.
If I'd stayed there, things might have been very different.
2.
I wouldn't have gone if she hadn't persuaded me to.
3.
It would never have happened if you'd been listening.
4.
If I hadn't been staying there, we'd never have met.
5. Okay, ladies, now try again. Yeah, please listen again and repeat the sentences. Okay, this time without visualization, this time only listening, right? Let's go.
Unit 10, Recording 1. 1.
If I'd stayed there, things might have been very different.
2,
I wouldn't have gone if she hadn't persuaded me to.
3,
It would never have happened if you'd been listening.
4,
If I hadn't been staying there, we'd never have met.
'Mh-mh. Okay, so ladies, turn on your microphones, please. It wasn't too easy, right? It is a little challenge when you just listen. We're going to, let's say, practice it a little more and see how good your memory is. Check it out what we are going to do. Look at sentence 1. So, if I'd stayed there, things might have been very different. Ola, say the sentence again.
If I'd stayed there, things might have been very different.
Okay. Chava, say the sentence again.
If I'd stayed there, things might have been very different.
All right. Yekaterina.
If I stayed there, things might have been very different.
All right. Ola.
If I stay,
If I'd.
if I'd stayed there, things might have been very different.
Okay. Chava.
If I'd stayed there, things might have been very different.
Okay. Yekaterina, your turn.
If I stayed there, things might have been very different.
All right. Not bad. Ola.
If I'd stayed there, things might be very different. Oi, wouldn't
Things might. And then-
might have been very different.
Good job. Okay, Chava.
If I'd stayed there, I think it might have been very different.
Okay. Yekaterina, last one.
If I'd stayed there, things might have been very different.
Great job. Okay, nice, ladies. Let's try the same with the second one. Okay, Chava. Okay, let's read the sentence first. I wouldn't have gone if she hadn't persuaded me. So, Chava, your turn.
I wouldn't have gone if she hadn't persuaded me to.
Ola, please, your turn.
I wouldn't have gone if she hadn't persuaded me to.
Good one. Okay, Yekaterina.
I wouldn't have gone if she hadn't persuaded me to.
Very nice. Okay, Chava.
I wouldn't have gone if she hadn't persuaded me to.
Okay, Ola.
I wouldn't have gone if she wouldn't. If she wouldn't.
No. After if, past perfect. If she hadn't.
Hadn't persuaded me.
Yes, that's right. Have a look. If she hadn't. Yeah, persuaded me. Good. Okay. Yekaterina, your turn.
I wouldn't have gone if she hadn't persuaded me to.
Very good. Chava, the last one.
I wouldn't have gone if she hadn't persuaded me to.
That's right. Okay, Ola, and the last one.
I wouldn't have gone if she hadn't persuaded me to.
Persuaded me to. Okay, lovely, lovely. That's a good job. All right. Hopefully now it is a little bit easier to pronounce. Yes, this long sentences. All right. Now, ladies, let's look at this part, number 7, and we'll try to complete the sentences with the past perfect. Yeah. Just to make sure, I'm going to make our scheme here. So if part plus past perfect, and then would have verb 3, yeah, verb 3. Okay. Hold on a moment. Right. Okay. Now let's look at the first sentence all together and complete it with the correct form. So Steve Jobs left Apple in 1985. And if he, so if part.
If he
Hadn't returned.
Hadn't returned. Returned.
Почему здесь нельзя didn't return сказать, например?
Потому что past perfect after if. Ну, вот такое
Past
правило.
perfect, да?
Past perfect. Past perfect
У меня,
on
past simple было бы.
had and third form. Yeah, past perfect. Yeah, so if he hadn't returned in 1997, he might, go on, ladies, he might instead of would.
He
yeah.
might have, he might never have invented.
Yes, he might have never, or he might have never invented the apple. That's right. Okay. Now, ladies, 2-3 minutes. Look at other sentences and try to complete them. Yes, it is not a bad idea to write the forms that you use.
То есть всегда в этом третьем third conditional будет past perfect.
Всегда. Или past perfect continuous иногда, если вы хотите подчеркнуть процесс. Ну да, past perfect. Simple или continuous. У нас там был пример с had been ink. Может тоже быть. Вообще чаще всего past perfect simple.
А past perfect continuous это будет had been.
Had been and verb plus ing, like that. Past perfect continuous. let's compare. Let's see what we have. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. We've done the first one. Steve Jobs left Apple in 1985, and if he hadn't returned, he might have never invented the Apple. Right? Okay. So, Hava, number 2 about Nelson Mandela.
If Nelson Mandela hadn't been released from prison in 1919, the situation in South Africa might have become
Violent. That's very good. Yekaterin, you please. Marie Curie.
Marie Curie wouldn't have made her discoveries if she had been scared of being wrong.
Yes, that's good. That's good. Ola, Leonardo da Vinci.
If Leonardo da Vinci hadn't had rich friends who paid for his work, he could easily have been just another struggling artist.
Good one. Right. Agree with everything until now? Yes. Okay. Hava, the 5th, please.
I'm lucky if I hadn't worked.
Or hadn't been working, it's also good. Both are okay. Yeah, no worries.
Late that day, I would have been on the train that crashed.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. These lucky cases, when you don't get on the plane or on the train, that's terrible things. Yekaterin, 6, please.
If it hadn't been for my English teacher, I would probably have left school at 16.
That's true.
А как перевести?
Если бы не моя учительница по английскому, то, возможно, я бы ушел из школы в 16 лет. Видимо, она его там уговорила. Yeah. Right. Оля, 7.
I would have never went.
I would have never, and third form.
Gone.
Would have never gone.
To university if my math teacher hadn't encouraged me to.
That's a good one, right? Hava, and the last. Wow, this is a long one.
If she hadn't working.
Been тогда working.
If she hadn't been working in the shop the day that I went in, we might never have.
Сначала лучше have. We might have never.
We might have never met. And the next part of our lives would have been very different.
Very good, ladies. Great job. Yes. So you see, this is not very difficult when you understand and when you see this scheme, but it's also very important to drill this structure, because if you think have, would, it's a bit too long. Yes, so you really need to drill it. What is my recommendation? Please make up one sentence, insert conditional about you. Memorize it. Yes, every day say this sentence to yourself. And then this form will really get stuck in your head, yeah, and it will be easier to produce these sentences, right?
Right.
For example, if my mother hadn't encouraged me to study languages, I wouldn't have become an English teacher. So make one sentence which is true for you and memorize it and try to pronounce it naturally. Yes, and it will really help you. Of course, I'm going to send you a couple of exercises. Please do them because otherwise it will be difficult. Yes, you really need a little bit practice. Okay, so I hope you understood how it works, right? And I hope it wasn't too complicated. We need some drill. Yeah. Okay, so ladies, then thank you very much. Have a good day today and see you on Thursday with some more.
Да, можно я спрошу
Yes, Hannah.
Викторию свое любопытство? Вот у нас 10-я часть, да, последняя. Мы потом переходим на следующий уровень.
Окей, я вам не рассказывала, или, наверное, рассказывала в самом начале. Мы с вами, когда закончим 10-й последний раздел, мы с вами пройдем тестирование, да, на самом деле оно будет нужно и для вас, и для меня, посмотреть, как оно все получилось, что было легко, что было просто. Тест будет в основном направлен на skills, на навыки. Чтение, письмо, говорение, аудирование. Мы посмотрим, как получается с тестом, все ли легко, все ли, совсем ли справляетесь. И если вы чувствуете, что вам было хорошо, нормально после теста, то мы можем начинать следующий учебник, который B2 level. Да? Почему я обычно предпочитаю делать тесты, которые не просто на лексику, грамматику, а на навыки, потому что все, что мы делаем, это для того, чтобы язык использовать, да, поэтому, собственно, и будем смотреть по навыкам, окей? Чтение, письмо, аудирование, говорение. Если мы на уровне вот этом, который мы с вами изучили, у нас все получается, спокойно идем дальше. Я думаю, что проблем там никаких у вас особых не возникнет.
Если нет, то мы повторяем.
Если нет, мы с вами обсудим, что мы будем делать, да, может быть, но я не думаю, что этот вариант у нас, в принципе, будет рассматриваться, если честно. Если нет, ну, вообще разное бывает. Что можем делать? Мы можем сделать, например, короткий курс, например, 1 месяц на такое быстрое повторение, да, что, кстати говоря, не является чем-то плохим, и вообще повторение, мы все знаем, оно ценное, нужное, да. Ну вот я бы, пожалуй, если вдруг такой вопрос возникнет, сделала бы, ну вот так вот, 1 месяц такого прям интенсивного повторения немножечко, вот. В любом случае, даже если мы пойдем на B2, сразу же, там тоже много чего повторяться будет, да, особенно грамматически. На самом деле грамматику всю, которую вам нужно знать, вы уже знаете. Дальше пойдут, ну, такие прям немножечко вот, да, но каких-то новых форм не будет уже, мне кажется, совсем, да, то есть все, что грамматически вам надо, вы уже знаете. На B2 очень серьезный упор идет на лексику, больше лексики. Больше фраз, больше устойчивых фраз, больше фразовых глаголов, да, лексически там оно будет пошире.
А учебники эти продаются, мы сможем их купить, да?
К сожалению, сейчас с этими учебниками проблематично. Я писала, вот, собственно, дистрибьюторам не так давно, которые этим раньше занимались. Они говорят, что у них есть только в остатках какие-то там вот прям совсем единичные экземпляры. У меня есть очень неплохие, хорошие копии PDF, то есть если вам будет, вы можете заниматься по PDF-копиям, да, или на компьютере, или их распечатывать, как удобно. К сожалению, да, сейчас с учебниками беда. Не продают ни коды, ни сами печатные учебники у нас. Но выход есть, да, у меня хорошие PDF-копии, заранее позабоченные об этом.
Хорошо.
Вот, примерно.
Спасибо. А, Маргарита, еще вы говорили, что советовали когда-то...
Спасибо, извините, я пойду.
Yes, Екатерин, see you.
Фильмы, которые можно смотреть для прослушивания.
Да, я рекомендовала сайты, да, фильмы я вот как бы, я так немножечко
Не
скептически.
помню, то ли сериал был, то ли... С
Хава,
домашним заданием, если получится, да, я извиняюсь, что вас задерживаю.
Ничего страшного. Давайте я посмотрю, я делала прям подборочку, я могу вам ее отправить, и
Давайте, ага.
вам там
Спасибо.
понравится. Да?
А вот сайт British Council, можно его использовать?
Прекрасно. Да, обязательно. Вообще, почему я не очень рекомендую фильмы именно смотреть, потому что фильм длинный, тяжело держать фокус, да, там что-то вы на произношение будете, да, фонетику, ну, послушаете, такой глобальной пользы. Я рекомендую смотреть что-то покороче, но эффективно. Вот вы возьмите 10-минутный ролик, но вы оттуда прям возьмите 10 слов, посмотрите его несколько раз, да, прямо чтобы вот в глубину. Фильм, ну, вряд ли вы там какие-то особо слова запомните, да? Оно встретится один раз, и ладно. Лучше что-то покороче, но эффективно прям остановить туда-сюда, да, снова посмотреть. Очень здорово, многим нравится TED Talks. Слышали когда-нибудь?
Да, TED Talks.
Очень рекомендую. TED Talks на разные темы, куча всего. Прям выбираете тему, которая вам подходит. К примеру, Хава, Medicine выбрали, и смотрите разные ролики, супер рекомендую.
Это сайт, да, какой-то?
Это
есть в приложении со львом на английском. Там есть Лио, да. Там есть прям с субтитрами. Я раньше смотрела, вот надо.
Если скачать приложение на телефон, прям TED Talks, так называется, или, по-моему...
Есть такое приложение, да?
Есть, ага. TED, я вот не знаю, надо посмотреть, как оно, TED или TED Talks. Вот. И там тоже с субтитрами можно смотреть, да, можно включать субтитры. Вот, у меня есть приложение, я его прям в приложении смотрю, можно на сайте, как угодно. TED рекомендую, можно там выбрать по времени даже, да, не от 3 минут до там 20, 30, 40. Выбирайте что-нибудь такое среднее, около 10 минут, здорово. Это будет эффективнее, чем смотреть фильмы. Честное слово, да? Или можно смотреть сериалы, но которые короткие, там типа по 20 минут эпизод, тогда вы способны держать вот этот вот, ну, как сказать, внимание.
Как бы, да.
Да, и вы не устанете, оно будет эффективно. Вот, то есть что-то такое. Хава, давайте я еще посмотрю, я же писала где-то вам подборочку, я вам ее перешлю.
Хорошо. Спасибо. Наши ручки.
Еще ученик.
Спасибо.
Okay, no problem. So, ladies, have a good day and see